here. Been through hell and back. I'm here. I'm stronger than I know I'm gonna be fine. I'm here.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Golden's Guide. I'm here with Lyanca, my co-host, and we're so glad to have you here. We are in Pronk Studios today, and actually, this is a part two-er. Partner. In our last episode, we talked a lot about patterns and beliefs and the things that keep us from creating what we really want in life. And today, as we shared with you, Lyanca has so graciously volunteered to be the surrogate tappee. So we're going to teach you, for those of you who may not know about it, a lot of people do. It is a very popular technique now. It's called EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. I began studying this in about 2002. I've used it, oh my gosh, with a gazillion clients, family, lots of friends, certainly on myself. Lyanca and I have tapped with each other over the years with all kind of blocks and obstacles. So I think you will find that this will be a very helpful tool in moving forward some of the things we talked about in the last episode about your blocks, your patterns, and beliefs. So, what do you think, Lyanca? Are you ready to tap
Hi.
today?
Yes, I'm so ready. And as we go into this, I wanted to also share we always promise to be a resource on this show because we always want people to know that they're not alone or that you're not alone. So you can, let us know what you want to tap on as you're thinking about me tapping today. You can do that by www.goldensguide.org. Also, feel free to share this episode with a friend that might be going through something. We know we talked about in the last episode, 1 in 500 people have just succumbed or passed over from COVID, and so we know there are a lot of folks who are grieving, who are moving through things, and then there are a lot of people that want to channel some of that energy and create messages and hope for the world. And we just want to be that resource for you. Also, one other thing, you can check on your websites, look up EFT tapping. And there are tapping groups in your neighborhoods and communities all across the US that if you just need some one-on-one support in a room setting, I encourage you to reach out within your community, because this is one of those tools that I personally have used before I even met Deborah, that helped save my life. I don't even say that jokingly. I was going through a really rough time, and I was able to walk into a room and just start tapping with folks, and it really broke open, so many things, to where I then found Deborah in my life, and we became, close and going on this journey together. So again, www.goldensguide.org.
Thanks for sharing that with everyone. And not only that, you and I have talked about using this more and more in our programs and in the podcast. And we want the audience to look forward to us having more shorts of tapping on the website for various issues. So specifically today, we're working on something Lyanca wanted to work on. Let me back up just a little bit. I know I have explained this before. Let me go back, and for those of you who may not know what EFT is, it's basically emotional acupuncture. That's the only way I know how to describe it. We have a gazillion meridians all throughout our body. It sounds really woo. It's not woo when Oprah does it anymore.
Or it's being used for people, veterans coming back from war,
Yes.
suffering from PTSD. And it is an approved, on the list, form of technique for emotional freedom, because we lock these negative energies within our body.
Absolutely. So the idea is we bring up a subject that someone is struggling with or is having pain around, or they're just generally not happy about it. And so we tap through the tapping points. Now, just for the sake of time today, I'm not going to go through all the points. You can find those online. We'll put them on our website as well. For today, and for time as well too, I am not going to call out the points. I may or I may not, Lyanca. So the main thing is for the audience just to follow along, to watch Lyanca the entire time, and just to tap everywhere she's tapping. And I'll go through them really quick. Top of the eye, side of the eye, under the nose, at the chin, collarbone point, which is right below the bone right here, under the arm right here, and then top of the head. Now, you can't do this wrong. There's no like getting it exactly in the right place. It's just anywhere around there. You can use your right hand, you can use your left hand, you can use both if you want. But while we're tapping, really plug in, listen to what we're doing, notice any changes that you're having, and we would love to know if this helped you move some energy, move some thoughts. So, am I missing anything, Lyanca?
I think one thing too is just doing like a kind of a pressure or a stress test. What are you feeling right now? And you can do that on a test of a scale of 1 to 10. Then this is how you kind of know if it's really kind of bringing some of that anxiety down. I have tapped on this subject for a lot of times, so saying the word tapping actually gives me relief. Knowing I'm about to do some tapping on imposter syndrome also starts to tell my body, okay, we are dealing with this head on.
Right.
But for those when they think about not feeling enough, we ask yourself, how do I feel right now when I'm not feeling enough, and kind of step into that. And sometimes you'll get like a 7 or 8 on that 1 to 10 scale. So starting with generally, I'm up at about a 7 or 8 if I'm really in it. So we'll go with that.
So is that where you feel like you are today?
I'm about a 7. Like if I can step into some of that anxiety, I started to this new role. I want to do a really good job, and there's always something to learn or prepare for. So I just wanted, I don't want to go into my old patterns, and so this is the reason why we're doing the show, is so you can kind of what I call pattern interrupt, and I don't want to bring all that into my future. So yeah, I'm at a 7.
Good. Okay. And I'm so glad that she brought that up. So basically, right before you start, you measure between, 1 would be, not really feeling much of anything. 10 would be, I'm off the chart with what I'm feeling. Okay. So Lyanca is about a 7 or an 8. And what we're tapping on today, she has a new position, and we're tapping about, which I think it's across the board. Everyone feels this from time to time, and it's imposter syndrome. So that's what we're going to tap on today. So can't get this wrong. Just follow along. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it helps you. Now, I will say this in the beginning, before we tap down the points, we do something called the setup. And that is tapping on the side of the hand, if you'll show them, Lyanca, which is called the karate chop. So we're going to tap there 3 times, called a setup, and then we'll move through the points. It's not necessary that you know all the specifics, just follow along. This is what I tell my clients. I don't know how it works. It just works. Okay.
It does.
All right, so let's get started. Okay, so tapping on the side of the hand.
Sit up a little higher.
And repeat after me, Lyanca.
Even
though I'm feeling like an imposter.
Even though I'm feeling like an imposter.
In this new role. I choose to love myself. And accept this conflict. Now, I want to keep tapping. I want to bring something up. Something can happen. You can have body experiences. One thing that happens when you begin to release is you yawn. You can yawn a lot. If you notice Lyanca is yawning, that's very normal. It's not that she's bored to tears, okay? It's just a release of the body, okay? Even though I'm feeling like an
Even though
imposter,
I'm feeling like an imposter,
I don't want to feel this way.
I don't want to feel this way.
I'm tired of it.
I'm tired of it.
I think it's an old thing for me.
I think it's an old thing for me.
I accept me
I accept me
and how I feel.
and how I feel.
Even though I'm feeling like an imposter,
Even though I'm feeling like an imposter,
which means that I'm not feeling like I'm adequate enough.
which means I feel like I'm not adequate enough.
And you can change these words, Lyanca, at any point if you need to. I deeply and completely
I deeply and completely
accept myself
accept myself
and choose to let this
and
go.
choose to let this go.
Tapping at the top of the eye. I'm feeling like an imposter.
I'm feeling like an imposter.
Side of the eye. Here I go again.
Here I go again.
Under the eye. I felt this before.
I felt this before.
Here we go again. Under the eye.
Here
Under
we
the
go
nose.
again.
Sometimes I'm feeling uninspired.
Sometimes I'm feeling uninspired.
And that's what happens when I feel defeated.
And that's what happens when I feel defeated.
Under the arm. I want to feel great about my job.
I want to feel great about my job.
Top of the head. I want to feel inspired about my job.
I want to feel inspired about my job.
Top of the eye. But I don't.
But I don't.
I'm feeling less than.
I'm feeling less than.
Under the eye. I'm noticing that I'm comparing myself.
I'm noticing that I'm comparing myself.
The nose. And that doesn't feel good at all.
And that doesn't feel good at all.
I begin to feel less than.
I began to feel less than.
Like I'm not smart enough.
Like I'm not smart enough.
Under the arm. I know it's not true, though.
I know it's not true, though.
At the top. It makes me feel nervous.
It makes me feel nervous.
Take a deep breath. Now, take a deep breath. Everybody take a deep breath. Okay. So now that was just one round, and we're going to do several rounds. So the reason I like to check in right now, it's just an intuitive thing. Did you notice any other words, any other feelings that were coming up?
Like frustration.
Okay. Yeah.
And the I don't want to do it, right? Like it's just go away.
All right. Let's work with that. And let's start at the top of the eye. I'm feeling really frustrated about this.
I'm feeling really frustrated about this.
Side of the eye. Here we go again.
Here we go again.
I don't want to feel this way anymore. Under the
I
eye.
don't want to feel this way anymore.
I want to enjoy what I do.
I want to enjoy what I do.
At the chin. I want to feel great about this.
I want to feel great about this.
Collarbone. But I just don't.
But I just don't.
Under the arm. I feel really defeated.
I feel really defeated.
Top of the head. I've felt this before.
I felt this before.
Top of the eye. It feels uninspired.
It feels uninspired.
Side of the eye. Like sometimes I just want to pull the covers up and not try.
Like sometimes I just want to pull the covers up and not try. That's a good one.
Under the eye. Do they expect too much of me?
Do they expect too much of me?
Under the nose. Do I expect too much of me?
Do I expect too much of me?
Keep tapping. Now, notice everyone, when there's a laugh, a cry, or something like that, you've hit something and something is being released. So just notice that. At the chin, all this no inspiration,
All this no inspiration.
all this frustration.
All this frustration.
Take a deep breath. A lot of this is breathing as well, moving the energy. Keep tapping, Lyanca. All this frustration.
All this frustration.
It's getting really old.
It's getting really old.
Under the arm. I've done this before.
I've done this before.
Top of the head. I don't want to recreate the past.
I don't want to recreate this.
The past. I don't want to recreate the past.
I don't want to recreate the past. Wow. He didn't want to go out of there. I didn't want to hear it.
Top of the eye. I don't want to feel nervous about a job I love.
I don't want to feel nervous about a job I love.
Side of the eye. Maybe I'm the one that's putting all this pressure on me.
Maybe I'm the one that's putting all this pressure on me.
Under the eye. They probably think I'm great.
They probably think I'm great.
Under the nose. They probably think I'm great.
They probably think I'm great.
For all I know, I could be one of the best employees they ever had.
For all I know, I could be one of the best employees they've ever had.
Under the arm. But my mind keeps going back.
But my mind keeps going back
To the past.
to the past.
Top of the head. I want to be perfect.
I want to be perfect.
Top of the eye. I want them to think I'm perfect.
I want them to think I'm perfect.
Side of the eye. That's not possible.
That's not possible.
Under the eye. They're not perfect.
They're not perfect.
Under the nose. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
Chin. I just want some relief.
I just want some relief.
I want to feel great about this job.
I want to feel great about this job.
What if I could feel invigorated and excited?
What if I could feel invigorated and excited?
Top of the head. But I'm not there yet.
But I'm not there yet.
Top of the eye. I'm willing to be.
I'm willing to be.
Side of the eye.
Oh, goodness.
I want my work to be meaningful.
I want my work to be meaningful.
Under the eye. I want them to see me as meaningful.
I want them to see me as me.
Under the nose. I want me to see me as meaningful.
Oh, I want me to see me as meaningful.
I've forgotten that at the chin. I've forgotten that.
I've forgotten that. You made me cry.
Let it out. If it's there, let it out. At the collarbone. I do some great work.
I do some great work.
I do some really great work.
I do some really great work.
And I'm so hard on myself.
And I'm so hard on myself.
Under the arm. That's what's getting old.
That's what's getting old.
Top of the head. That's what's getting old.
That's what's getting old.
Top of the eye. I'm tired of beating myself up over this.
I'm tired of beating myself up over this.
Side of the eye. What if I don't have to sabotage anymore?
What if I don't have to sabotage anymore?
Under the eye. What if I just let myself have the success?
What if I just let myself have the success?
At the nose. Say it again, only slower.
What if I just let myself have the success?
At the chin. What might happen then?
What might happen then?
Collarbone. How would I feel if I just let myself enjoy the success?
How would I feel if I would just let myself enjoy the success?
Under the arm. It's just me holding me back.
It's just me holding me back.
Top of the head. I'm not an imposter.
I'm not an imposter.
Top of the eye. I tell the truth.
I tell the truth,
Side of the eye. Even when it hurts.
even when it hurts.
This whole under the eye, this whole imposter thing is so old.
This whole imposter thing is so old.
Under the nose. It doesn't fit me anymore.
It doesn't fit me anymore.
At the chin. It's not even true anymore.
It's not even true anymore.
At the collarbone. I'm willing to let it go.
I'm willing to let it go.
I'm willing to feel content.
I'm willing to feel content.
I'm willing to feel grateful.
I'm willing to feel grateful.
I don't have to know everything.
I don't have to know everything.
Not right now.
Not right now.
Not ever.
Not ever.
I work for an organization that wants to support me.
I work for an organization that wants to support me.
Top of the head. It feels really good to think about being
It feels
supported
really good to be supported
by them
by them
and by myself.
and by myself.
Take a deep breath. What do you notice?
Ugh.
What feelings are you having in your body?
I'm sleepy.
Well, you're
But like
relaxed.
now I feel, but yeah, I was gonna say it's not like the tired, it's like like my chest feels open, like I could take a deep breath. And I really mean that, like the kind that kind of moves your heart around.
Yeah.
Feels good.
When you think of imposter, what do you think about that right now?
I feel like it's a joke. I feel a jester. I see a jester. Yeah.
Like it's not just,
Like I want to tell it to go away. I feel like it's like,
Yeah. I want to do just one more quick round, starting at the eyebrow. Starting at the eyebrow. This is a joke.
this is a joke.
This is a friggin' joke.
This is a freaking joke.
I know what I know.
Oh, goodness. You're
You're releasing a lot.
Yes, that was it.
Under the eye. It's different this time.
It's different this time.
It's different this time.
Gosh, it's different this time.
It doesn't have to be the same.
It doesn't have to be the same.
Under the
It's not
nose.
the same.
Under the nose. I'm not the same.
I'm not the same.
So the imposter is a joke.
So the imposter is a joke.
I'm willing to feel content.
I'm willing to feel content.
I'm willing to feel excited.
I'm willing to feel excited.
I'm willing to feel capable.
I'm willing to feel capable.
I'm willing to feel successful.
I'm willing to feel successful.
Top of the head. It's time for me to let myself feel those feelings now.
It's time for me to let myself feel those feelings now.
I deserve it.
I deserve it.
I am it.
I am it.
Take a deep breath.
Woo!
All right. So just feeling into your body. Just notice, share with us anything you notice about your body or anything that bubbled up, any visuals, any sensations.
I mean, the yawning thing, it was almost like it was like right here. I couldn't even like, it just kept going. I gotta come out. I gotta come out.
That's
Every
the
time I would just take a
release.
regular breath.
And
Yes. I mean,
it's
100%.
wonderful.
Oh,
And I want the audience to know, I mean, that's so wonderful when I can sit and watch someone just release and release and release. And it's so funny that it ends up being a
oh
yawn.
gosh.
Better that than maybe something else. I don't know.
Yes. And you know what else came up for me? You know how whenever you get to the beach, like you've worked all this time and then you're kind of packed up and whatever, and you finally get that thing unpacked and maybe you got like your beverage next to you or whatever, and you finally open your arms and you're like, and you take it in where you are and you're like, ah, that is how one of those breaths felt. Just
Yeah.
I was like, and the beach jumped in my mind.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Well, and so let's just think about that. So when you're at the beach and you finally got there and you finally opened the door and there's the ocean, what do you feel? Give me a feeling word when you see that and
Peace.
peace,
I feel release. I
release,
feel like that big breath. I can finally take the big breath. I feel happy.
happy.
Um,
That's what I
yeah,
was
I feel
going for.
happy.
Happy. Yeah. So the great thing is that, I know this for a lot of people who haven't seen it. I mean, it looks really weird, but I would so invite you to, you can just watch this over again, over and over again. You can plug in, even though I'm feeling sad, even though I'm feeling grief, even though I'm feeling mad, um, you know, and you can do exactly what I did. If you've got specific ones you want us to go through, we would love to help you with it. We believe in this tool so much. We've used it for years. It works. Um, and
Share it with your folks.
Yeah, share it with your folks. And okay, so give us and by the way, I just want to say sometimes when you start tapping, especially if you don't have a practitioner doing it, so you won't be worried about it. Sometimes when you first start tapping, that number can go up before it goes down because you're
Oh,
actually
yes.
bringing it up, right? You're saying, "I
Yes. Uh-huh.
feel defeated. I feel." So sometimes it can go up before it comes down.
Uh-huh.
I just
Uh-huh.
wanted to state that so that would be clear. But if you were a 7 or an 8 when we started, where are you now about imposter
Oh,
syndrome? If you can stop
I'm
yawning
so
long enough.
embarrassed. I'm sorry. It's like what because it feels it, and I don't want to hold it in because it feels so good to just kind of lean into
Let it
that
out.
good yawn to that. And of course, I've learned how to do this a lot more. I'd say a 2. I mean, I it's low, like it's like a 2.
Good,
It's
good. And
actually one of the best ones I've ever experienced
Well, that's
on this.
great. And here's the thing. This is where most people will, if they get it down to a 2, they feel like, oh, okay, that's good enough. I would encourage you, even if y'all got down to a 2, continue to tap and just, it's possible you might clear the whole thing. And then it's just, it's one less big boulder in your path for creation, right? So I'll be
Yes.
excited to see, and you'll have to report back to the audience, what changes you notice, because she's literally changing her brain, the way she's thinking about
cool.
this position and the whole thing. So it'll be exciting to hear maybe, what comes up. And sometimes it's not a straight line. I mean, we can do this depending on how deep the issue is. I mean, I've tapped on issues for, a year before. So, and it's also the consistency of it as well. So, Lyanca, you did an amazing job. Thank you for being so vulnerable and let everyone just see you, say how you were feeling. I mean, these are a lot of things that people wouldn't want to share, but I know you want to share it with people and help people. I know your heart, and I'm so in gratitude that you would be the surrogate for this. So, thank you for that.
Thank you.
And I'm also glad you're feeling better. Okay, well, everybody, if you've got issues that you want to tap on, let us know. We'll be happy to do another surrogate tapping, or we'll put more on the website. I do think we're probably going to do more of this because it is a tool that helps so many people. And anyway, I mean,
one thing I wanted to point out before we head out, one thing I want to point out is, even if this isn't specific, the words on this particular recording on your topic or your friend's topic, you can, in your mind, swap those words out. Write down a list of those feeler words that you're feeling that's coming up for you, and some of the things that you do want to feel, and swap those words out. You don't even have to make it just the exact words. The fact that you're running the tapping does do release. And now I'm going to continue having this run as my new program, if you will, as my new approach. And so I may not see the residual effects of this for months ahead. And that's the beauty of just continually to work on the different things that come up for you as they come.
It is like a reprogramming. Thank you for, letting everyone know that. Okay, guys. Well, here's another episode of Golden's Guide. Lyanca and I appreciate you being here so much. We love you. Mwah. And remember, we're still here, and
your soul is golden. We're just here to help you remember that.
Golden, baby.
Have a good one, guys.
Next time.
Bye.
I am here after all my tears. I am here.